installed my amps yesterday, back on the box with the Rockford 5 gate, and I noticed my sound quality came right back from what I'm used to hearing. But for some reason, I've lost output. I'm not getting the same output as I was when I had these in before. Now, I may have to put my foot in my mouth about the SMD amps, because as soon as I went to go listen to those amps, I wasn't getting much output, but the clip indicator on the amp and the bass knobs was saying I was clipping, but I was barely getting any output. I was thinking, man, something is really wrong with these amps, or something else is off. But I chalked it up and just said it was the amps, because that was the only thing that I had changed. Now, I did set the gains with these at 32.3 volts. That's something I did change. But the amps, the system in general, everything sounded better from what I have now. When I had the amps pretty much set at 0 and I was pushing up on the sub level on the head unit to +3, it was performing like I needed it to. But I thought I was lacking a little bit on output because I didn't have the gain set and I was using my sub level to get output. So I took these off the box, set the gains, but I didn't want to put them at a slat anymore. So I decided to go ahead and go with some smaller amps, and I chose SMD 3Ks because it came with all the other bells and whistles. Plus it had the lights, the clip indicator lights, to show me if I'm clipping or setting my gains too high, anything like that. I set my gains low, to be honest with you. I only set it for the output that I want, not anything more, not anything less. I find that bliss point and I just stick with that because I want sound quality. This is not meant to move a lot of air or anything like that. I definitely want to be loud, but I don't care about moving wind and having things float. That's just not my style of car audio. So yesterday, when I put these in, I did a sound test. It didn't really quite sound right. But you don't make decisions. Oh, yeah, I see you.
No. It still don't.
Man, that shit. I know it's something. I know what you're talking about though. I can hear
off.
it. Yeah. I can hear it though. Yeah, it's kind of like
some.
It's kind of like some over some too much.
Yeah,
some too much in there somewhere. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I just put the amps back in.
I feel what you're saying on that job. I'm trying to get mine right. You know, I want that clearness and I want it. You know.
But you hear them highs and mids though,
man,
loud, right in your ear.
Are you damn right? It's in my ear. It's in my ear. Everything else. Damn, man. I couldn't ride no shit like not like that. I couldn't. I'd be deaf like a fool.
It was thumping. The sound quality cleared up. So that lets me know there's a difference right there in technology from Rockford and DS18. I checked the ohm level on that amp over there, and I came out at 1.3, pretty much 1 ohm. And then I checked this one. I was reading 0.6. So I'm not sure if one of those speakers on this side have come loose, but I'm going to be taking the speakers out and checking the voice coils to see if I'm at 4 ohms on each coil per sub. Next, I would have to probably check my grounds and also check my fuse block that's underneath this seat and determine what is actually going on. Now the amps both power up, they're not going into protect, so I'm thinking that the amps are fine. Another thing I did change was I'm now using reducers on those wires for the amps. Previously, I just had wire ferrules going into the amp wrapped around the wire. Maybe the ground underneath here is loose. Maybe the speaker wire has come loose because I was pulling the speaker wire out from the box. And so maybe one of these have come loose, but let's check the ohm level now, ohm impedance on both amps again, just to see where I'm at. And if the ohms are not reading out correctly on one of the amps, then that tells me that either one of these are loose or the voice coil on one of these may be gone. So and I think that's maybe the case because I was reading clipping on the SMD amps, even though I wasn't getting any output. I mean, it just sounded terrible. So let me go ahead and check that with this and see what we read. So first, I'm gonna check the ohm impedance with my multimeter to see what the ohms are at before I even test my speaker terminals. So here I already have a 0.4 or 0.3. So whatever I read at the speaker terminals, I have to remember to subtract that from my ohms. All right, we're at 0.4, 0.3. So basically we're at where we started. There's a problem on the left. Let's go ahead and check the amp on the right. So I took two of the woofers out. They both ohmed out fine at 2 ohms. Ohmed that one out, I ohmed that one out. They ohmed out fine at 2 ohms. And you know, doing the troubleshooting process, I came over here to this amp, and what do you know? One of the speaker wires wasn't even in there. Now it was in there, right? As if it was in the amp, but once I pulled on it, it fell right out. So yeah, I'm hoping like hell that that's the issue. And I'm about to go pick up some Allen keys in there now that can actually get in here, because the ones I have, or the two that I'm using, is too long. So I'm about to go pick some up that can get in there, and I can put that wire back in and screw it down fast, because if I use the tool that I have now, it's gonna take me forever because I have to make one turn at a time. So I'm hoping like hell that that's the issue. And then once I get them wired back up, I'm gonna ohm them out at the amp to make sure I'm at a 1 ohm load. So let's hope that's it and I can be done with this. All right, I think I got what I need here. And this is gonna make this job a lot faster. Instead of having a folding key, I'm gonna be using this to get in and out of that amp a lot easier. Alrighty. It is freezing out here. If I didn't have to come out tonight, I sure in the hell would have. But hopefully we can get this job done, man. I'm ready to be complete. December will be definitely 2 years. And it's about time. All right.
You don't wanna go to war, nigga. This superstar, nigga. You know who we are, niggas. From poverty to projects to living large, niggas. It take one hell of a combination to get what we got.
That voice coil looks good. 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 Never had an issue blowing American basses. Now I've ripped some foam surrounds, but never had an issue blowing voice coils. And these things are very forgiving. I mean, I've been bottoming out these things since I first got them because the gains were set too high because I used the DD1. Very forgiving. Haven't blown them yet, even up with overpowering them. All right. All right, finally got the speakers all wired up. Now it's time to screw them back in the box. Slide the box back, put in my negative and positive on the left amp. And I think that's it. And I can finally see if this system delivers. I'm probably gonna need to check the ohm impedance to make sure I'm at 1 ohm. We found the issue, I think. So I'm hoping that was it. And then I can put this to rest. All right, let me get this done. Now, from what I hear, there's a 75-year-old senile pedophile looking guy, which explains why he never shows his face, trolling every car audio YouTube channel to try and sell products off his floor. If you want to buy that junk off his carpet floor, you be my guest, but I ain't buying that shit. And maybe that's his issue with me because I said no. And I went out and bought 2 DS18 amps and also that high vector amp. I'm not buying that shit, man. Sorry. Now, our space community is quite boring and it could benefit from some type of clout chasing, trolling, whatever you want to call it. But I don't really think we need it. Open up your eyes for yourself and see exactly where this guy is coming from and what he's trying to do. And that'll tell you everything you need to know. This is my last time speaking on it. I done already blocked the guy. I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna send this video to him so he can make a response and get his views up. But that's it. That's all I gotta say on this. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Now that everything is back installed, I did ohm them out and I did come out at 1 ohm on each amp, which is a good sign. Now it's time to do the music test. I have them both at 32.3 volts. I used a 50 hertz test tone with a -5 dB. And also I have a -5 on the head unit. That's how I set my gains. How I found that is when I had 1 amp, when I had the American basses, just 2 of them in a mega bass enclosure. And I found 32.3 to have the best sound without overpowering the speakers and bottoming them out. So that's how I came up with that number. All right, it's time to hear it.
My wrist and I look at it dance. Dash of Rudolph and Brands. Percocet, Molly and Zans.
What you got back here? The old T said, well, I'll go. He said, man, he got a big ass box of that dog, man. Dang, that's something I'm supposed to do. So look at the size of that box.
You see all that?
Man, God, what you got going on in here? You got crossovers and all kind of shit back here. Lord, have mercy. Look at the thickness of that wire on that, boy. You got to have stuff like that thick. Cause that stuff will burn up, man. You ain't got to support it, you know.
That's right.
Like it's supposed to be.
That's right.
Rocky Fosgate. That's the #1. Boy, woo. I remember Jerome hitting that Rocky Fosgate, but that's all I'm going to get rid of wrong, but it's time to go up shit.
Man, Jerome, boy.
I get that where everybody learned it from.
Yeah, Jerome, he got my first system hooked up.
See that?
He got me hooked. I've been hooked.
Did he hook it up for you? Did he get it right?
Yeah, he got it right. And I think he did it all in one day.
That boy can do it, I'm telling you. I learned a lot of stuff from Jerome.